Talking soul line dance with the queen. Play trivia, win some money. And ooh, Marquise, he's funny. You don't have to wonder.
Put you in the back room, Linda, and bring you on in a minute, okay?
Make it do what it do. Ready, so ready. Now we're just waiting on you to talk. Soul line dance with the queen. Talk soul line dance. Hey. Let's talk soul line dance with the queen. Talk soul line dance. Hey. Talk soul line dance. Let's talk soul line dance. Here we go. Come on, come on. Here we go. Line dance. Here we go. Come on, come on. Here we go. Line dance.
All right, all right. Hey, Marquise, how you doing?
Hey, Queen, how you doing?
I ain't seen you since the last time.
Oh, gosh. What's
Doing
up,
good?
Queen? Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, good. I gotta tell you, I went this weekend to Orlando. Went this weekend
Okay.
to Orlando. We had our AMVETS Ladies Auxiliary Conference in Orlando. We stayed at the Rosen Creek, Rosen Shingles, or something like that. It was very nice. The hotel was very nice. The conference was really nice. We had a good time. We had a lot of ladies I didn't know before, and it was really cool. Really cool. We had a good time. What did you do this weekend?
I tried to actually relax, but that rain wasn't no joke, man. That rain was ridiculous, boy.
Oh,
I
really?
swear. Yeah, that rain came through, boy, like it was a whole different form of storm. But it was good. We did good. We chilled. Actually celebrated. We did our monthly event. Celebrated one of our people's birthday at our monthly parties. So that
Okay,
was nice as well too. So we enjoyed ourselves.
that's good. I promise you, one Thursday, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to come over after class.
Yeah, you might as well.
But the only thing, Marquise, if I leave your event like 11 o'clock or something, then I don't get home till like after 12, almost 1 o'clock, because I live over an hour away.
Hold on. You don't leave out event at what time?
At 11 o'clock or so, right? What time you're
10.
Oh, it's over at 10, so I get home like 11, 15, 11,
Girl,
20.
you be good, and you young too. You can stay up long. You remember that one party you stayed at 2 in the morning?
8 o'clock. Look, 8 o'clock. I'm in the bed.
Oh man, you good. You good.
Okay,
Definitely.
Marquise, we have some guests joining us. You see?
Oh, Melva. Yeah. I think they're coming from YouTube. So what you probably gonna have to do is share your YouTube page to your Facebook page because it's not live on Facebook. So share your YouTube page to Facebook.
Okay,
Yeah.
Marquise. How I do that, Marquise?
Just go to on your phone, just go on YouTube and then just share find this live feed that's going on and share it to Facebook. That's it.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll do it on this channel right now.
I was gonna say you probably can do it easier than me because I don't know.
Yeah. Do that. And for those on here, Melva and Carlos. Hey, Carlos, love Carlos. She's awesome. Melva, you're a cheater still. But yeah, if y'all can do this, y'all can share it to y'all page. Share it to the Universal Soul page if you can. Universal Soul Line Dance page. That way, people will know it's on because I know some people be checking for it, but they don't know. It's going live on YouTube as well. So y'all can do that. Appreciate that.
Okay. So now we're going to bring our guests in. We have an awesome guest all the way from Reno, Nevada, I think.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, she's from way over there, and we from way over here. But her name is none other than Linda Flowers, and we're going to bring her in right now. Hello, Linda.
Hey, how are you?
Good, and you?
I like to make one little. Okay, I don't live in Reno anymore.
Okay.
I live in Stockton, California.
Oh, you moved? Okay, Stockton.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But I'm from San Francisco, so that's like about an hour and a half away from my hometown.
Okay. Well, welcome to Florida. Florida. And welcome to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. We're so glad that you joined us today.
Thank you. I appreciate you inviting me to attend.
Yes. So tell us who Linda is.
Linda Flowers is a mother of one. I have a son.
Okay.
I'm from San Francisco, California. Currently, like I said before, currently living in Stockton.
Okay.
I I I think I'm a care provider,
Okay.
and I just want to get into my story with my line dance story.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
So real quick before you start your story, I need everybody that's watching to get your pen and paper out and take some notes so that when we get to our trivia part of the program, we're going to ask you some of the questions, our viewers, of what Linda said today or what we said during the podcast. And if you get it right, then you can win some money. Okay.
You already know Melva recording it. She got her little recorder on the side of the table right there.
He gets on Melva every week, Linda. So him and Melva got a special thing going. Okay, so go ahead.
Mhm.
I think we're ready. Linda, go ahead and
Oh,
tell us.
okay. Oh, tell you to begin my story. It's a long journey. Okay. I started dancing without any instruction in the early 2000s. I was
Okay.
going to this nightclub, and this guy named Rudy would come down from San Francisco, and he would show us different dances. And my very
Okay.
first line dance that I've learned was the Zydeco. And then
Okay.
that was my first line dance. And then I attended the Elks Club in Sacramento. And
Okay.
so they were dancing on Fridays, and then they did their little thing, and then I was, come in. And so I met Tina Bowler, better known as Tina B, and she had some
Mhm.
classes over at the Touch of Class. So it was another nightclub, but I didn't
Okay.
attend it. I didn't attend it at the time. So I moved to Houston, Texas, back in 2007, I believe it was, and
Okay.
I was going to all the barbecues and the family reunions, and these people were lines, and they wasn't
Uh-huh.
doing they wasn't doing just the electric slide either. They were
Okay.
doing dances that I hadn't seen before. They were doing Miss Jody's thing and different stuff like that. So I said, well, I
Uh-huh.
got to find me a class. So I found Cheryl Williams. And
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl Williams, the one that they call
The
the
queen
queen of line dance.
line dance.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
awesome.
Yep. I know Cheryl.
What better person it would have been to be my first instructor. And she took time with me. She didn't send anybody else over to
Mm-hmm.
teach me. She taught me
Okay.
personally herself. And then
Okay.
that's what I enjoyed about her. And then that's when I learned about performances, because that's my strong point. I love to perform. And
Okay.
so we would invite the whole class, even the early beginners, to come and perform. And we would go
Uh-huh.
to a lot of different things and perform. And that's what I really enjoyed about her. Now I had that one class on Tuesday I was taking from her. And then I got more and more interested. I started class with Elaine Roberts, still with Cheryl Williams, but I began with Elaine Robertson in Houston, Texas. And she was like about 2 blocks from where I live. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's when I learned the wobble. It was the
Okay.
wobble. And the wobble, I was out in Houston, Texas about a year before it reached California. So
Okay.
yeah, it took a while before it reached California, and I learned that, and I learned Miss Jody's thing and a whole bunch of different other dances. And she took time with me as well. And then when I left Houston, they didn't have any classes in Stockton. They do now. But maybe about a couple of months after I returned back to Stockton, I went to the Soul Food Festival, and then I met this lady named Tamara. What her name was? Tamara
Mm-hmm.
Hartman. Tamara Hartman. And so
Okay.
Tamara Hartman had classes, and so I took her class, and then I met Tanya Dooley and Tanya Gibson, and then they do classes here in Stockton,
Okay.
and so I met them there. And so I when I went on from there, after I went and learned some different classes, I learned pieces there. Remember
Oh, okay.
pieces?
Marquise's favorite dance.
I learned pieces,
Yeah,
and
I said that's
pieces
his
have a
second
bunch of
favorite.
pieces, and I'm like, where we got all these steps from? I said, it sure does have a lot of pieces, but I was determined, and I got that down.
Okay, good.
And then I have my little mentors. I went to well, I was until before the pandemic. I was going to San Francisco on a regular basis, and my mentor there was Pebbles White, and she, of course, worked with me. Like she worked with me, and she didn't send anybody over to me. And
Okay.
so Jewel Lucas and all these people are up in age. They're like at least 80 years old, and
Okay.
but they have the classes. Okay, and then Darlene Massanou, she took over Pebbles classes when she retired, which it's about 6 classes that lady had. There's about
Okay.
6 classes that Jewel Looks has. I don't know exactly how old she is, but she's definitely over 80, and
Oh, okay.
she's in Oakland. So I went to those classes. I had those, and then I got a chance to go and perform a lot. So one of my performances that I really enjoyed was out of Las Vegas. We used to do that's before the pandemic. We used to go to the Motown show on a regular basis,
Okay.
and when I was dancing there, I met Zeola Gay, Marvin Gaye's sister,
Uh-huh.
and it's actually her birthday today. So when we shout out a special little shout out to her for her
Okay.
birthday. Happy birthday,
Yes. Happy
Zeola.
birthday.
And I didn't even know she line danced. And then I saw her, she was line dancing next to me. And that's when I got a chance to meet her.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that was a good experience I had, and dancing at the Pride Festival, and I did a lot of stuff. I don't remember everything.
Okay.
When in San Francisco, I did a lot of performances, and I like my little performances. And so on 216, I did my own lion dance 3-day lion dance by myself. It was a 3-day lion dance party and workshop in Oakland, California, and I
Okay.
did it myself. I don't have, I did everything. I even cooked my own food because I have a culinary art degree from Delta
Okay.
College, and
Sheesh.
I did everything myself. And then when I started the workshop, then
Mhm.
I got help. Of course, a lot of people came in and helped me. I had Big Moochie and Rondi Hackett.
Mhm. Yeah. Know both of them.
Um, yeah, Rondi was awesome. He DJ'd and he taught. So
Okay.
yep, and
That
so
sounds like
I got
Randy. He's
yeah.
good. He's good. A lot of energy. A lot of
Yeah.
energy.
So,
So, Marquise,
hmm
do you have any questions for Linda so
Yeah,
far?
yeah. So, Linda, so did you do any dancing before you got into line dancing?
Oh yes, 10 years. I have 10 years of modern dance and jazz dance and choreography. I took that in Delta College.
So why was it line? Why how did line dance like hook you? Like what was it about line dancing for you that kind of got you wrapped into it so much?
Well, I have been dancing for that long, and I enjoyed dancing. And then when I went, and I everywhere I went, and when I moved to Texas and I saw all these people dancing all over the place, I decided that was for me. And it was so interesting that the line dance terms that we use, a lot of
Mhm.
those are used in modern dance and jazz dance as well.
Oh, really?
So
That's where they
yeah.
came from. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that intrigued me also. And
Mhm.
so it's been a long time. It's been like at least 17 years. About 17 years I've been line dancing.
Now, do you have
Okay.
a group now? Because I know you said you when you did your event, you
No,
was
I
solo.
don't. I'm independent. I don't like groups.
Really?
That's one thing I don't go for groups. That's why, like when I was speaking earlier about when I did my 3 day line dance workshop and party, I did everything myself. And then with a group, you would have to work with other people. And that's what mostly when you have line dance parties and workshops, that's normally what they use. The group, and then the group makes all the
Right.
decisions and work together. Well, I did it by myself. I like to work by myself, and I'll go and support the other groups. I love supporting. I
Yeah.
like to go and visit other classes and stuff and support. Yes, I love that. But as
Right.
for group, no.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
Because
so,
I first of all, to do a whole event, a weekend by yourself, man. We did our weekend too, and we had our peoples to help, that support that volunteer the service. So how the heck you managed to do a whole weekend event by
okay.
yourself, right? And be
because
available to people?
because I'm also in the music industry, and I used to I used to do a lot of music shows with
Right.
different artists. And so
Okay.
when I was already doing those things, and my little first thing I ever did was I had a family reunion I put together for my dad, and then after that I just started putting events on. So
Mhm.
it was easy to do all of this stuff because I've done all of this stuff before. So
Gotcha.
it's quite
Gotcha.
easy.
But
Hmm.
I'm
But
thinking, okay,
I did had help from other people that came and volunteered and helped me. I had a host of people that come in and help me, family and my line dance family from Oakland came in and helped me. So I did
Awesome.
have a help when I got there. But I'm just saying before all of that, I did it all myself, and I was able to.
Wow.
You can't argue with myself, so
Right.
so I was
that's a
able
lot of
to.
work, though. That's a
Yeah,
lot of
it
work.
was.
Marquise
It
and I
was.
did, but Marquise just had his a couple of months ago, and it's a lot
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But
of
most
work.
people put in they have a group and they have other people to help them. And
Mhm.
I just went with a team of one and I was happy with that. And it was successful. And
That's
you
what's
know,
up.
I enjoyed it. It was a lot of work, but I did it. It
Are
could
you
be
planning on
done.
doing it? You gonna do another one?
Um, you know what? I want to, but I don't know about this, for the pandemic going on. I don't know how many people we can have, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'd love to.
Yeah, because how is it right now in California? I'm sorry, Queen.
Oh, go ahead.
How is it right now with the pandemic and everything over in Cali? Because I mean, from we in Florida, so in Florida we think all the other states are probably similar to us when they're not. You know what I mean? So we wide open since the shutdown. Like as soon as they shut down, we only shut down a month, and we was outside the month after that. So
What?
yeah, it's
Not
crazy.
here. Not
Though. So
here.
how is it now over in Cali? Like, are y'all still got a lot of limitations on what y'all
Well,
can?
we had one in this city called American Canyon, and that was yesterday. So I don't think it was that many people there. It was like a little small event. But I'm talking about those large events like the Vegas Jam. I don't know if you heard of the Vegas Jam.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Uh-huh.
definitely
Okay, well, the Vegas Jam was in Las Vegas, and it used to be around
the
October.
summer. I want to say,
And we'd have there would be like 1,200 to 13 people there.
oh, wow,
Mm.
And then they had the steppers with the line, and then they had steppers line, ballroom, hand dance. They had all of it. And
wow,
so I don't know if we can do all of that, have all those large events now. I don't know we can have all those people, in one place at one time. I'm not sure,
right,
but
Mhm.
I would definitely like to have a large event if we could. I would
Okay.
definitely do that.
okay,
And that event, every time that event went on sale, that thing would be sold out in 2 days.
wow.
Wow.
That's
I
how
heard
fast that.
that the Cali Jam be off the chain.
Mhm, it was. But well, no, it's not the Cali Jam. It's the Vegas
Vegas.
Jam.
The Vegas
It's
Jam.
the
Okay.
Yeah, the Vegas Jam, not the Cali Jam, the Vegas Jam. The
Okay.
In
Are
the
you
back,
familiar?
they,
Are you
they it
familiar
was.
with? I'm sorry. I
I'm
apologize.
familiar with the Cali Jam, but Cali Jam was just for line dancing. This had steppers too.
Right,
Okay.
right, right. Yeah, because I know the guy
Mhm.
who's over it who had passed from COVID. He was over it. I
Yeah,
think it was
Larry Collins,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Larry
Hmm.
Collins and all
and
that
he
stuff.
had a partner, Al Tebow.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
I've heard
They
a lot
say that
about
was
that.
a nice. Yeah, they said that his event was always very nice. That's what I heard.
Yes, it was, and I never worried about it when it was sold out. I always came. They always left the door open for me.
That's a
That's what's
blessing.
up.
I never
Hey,
So
had to worry. I
how do
never had to worry. I could
how do
always
you
get
how
in.
do you think they had so much success being that they have line dancing and stepping and hand dancing all in the same event? Like how were they able to get success based off your opinion and your observation?
Well, I mean, they had different rooms, of course,
Okay.
and then it was the association because they had lunch, and we all sit together and had a chance to sit and talk, and then they had a little sign that said, we all have different lives, but this weekend, and remember, we all just dancers, we all dancers.
that's
So we
cool.
got a chance to meet with other dancers. It's different style of dancing, but it's dancing at the end of the day. And then they
Right.
had showcases and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Being together it's a little bit better than just being around just line dancing. And then we had a chance to go out and look at the other classes and stuff when it was going on. Because once you paid, you can go and look at the other classes as well. So I think it was successful because of the way he had it arranged,
Right.
where we can all be together as one and not try to think that, where it's so much different, because we're not so much different, because a lot of steps and stepping is just very similar to line.
Right. Right. I agree.
So since you've experienced that, I just went to an event in Minnesota, and they had steppers, line dancers, swingers. What's the other one called? Ballroom. They actually had several different types of dance. But the
Yeah.
only problem that I see, the steppers don't want to dance with the line dancers, and the line dancers don't want to dance with the steppers. So how did Larry make his event so unique that all y'all could dance together?
Because he didn't try to make a difference between them, and he told them that we were there together and we were going to be together because we were a dance event. And so we, just trying to say that he didn't want all of that. He said it was good because kind of embraced it, because it was people coming from all different states, because we had all the different states all over the US, and people were actually there, that people that are actually there, some of them did both. A lot of them did both. A lot of them stepped, and a lot of and they lined. So we can
Okay.
go to different classes when we get ready to do it. And they were and everybody was cool with that, because we got a chance to see each other. They, because every year they would always come. A lot of people would just come, and that's the only time we would see them would be once a year.
Okay.
So if you line and step, that's a plus plus plus. And then
Right.
if you line and you're interested in stepping, or if you step and you're interested in line, you can go and see that.
Right. Right.
Okay.
I like
But
I like the idea. I definitely like the idea behind it, and I've heard a lot of great success because you don't really hear much of that when it comes to events where you have success with steppers and line dance, especially if you have them in the same room.
right.
Oh no, it
But
wasn't in the same room, but it wasn't in the same room. He had different rooms.
separate rooms, right, right, and that's
Okay. And
and
see,
now is it even possible to have a line dance step in the same room and still have some type of success in your
I
knowledge?
wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
I think it should work. No,
It's
no,
like the steppers say we hog the floor. They say we hog the floor.
but
Yeah, right.
let me tell you this. Marquise, remember when I first started doing my line dance connection symposiums, we had
Yeah,
steppers. Remember, we had
right.
steppers, we had walkers, we had line dance, we had ballroom. The only problem is you have to have a DJ who's versatile. Because if your
Right.
DJ can play two stepping songs, two line dance songs, two stepping songs, two line dance songs, everybody gets to dance. But if you have a
True.
stepping DJ and you got a room full of line dancers, it's not gonna work.
The only
But see what
downside of that, though. All right, Linda. Go ahead, Linda.
I said, but what he did was the DJ said he hired knew how to play for both, and then they would switch off,
Okay.
and that's how he would able to correct the problem.
But they were in separate rooms, you said, right?
They were in
There was a
separate
line
rooms.
dance room. There was a separate room. Okay.
I think the only downside with that, Queen, is even though you want to break it up in that way, line dancers don't want to sit down.
Right.
They don't want to sit down. And steppers don't want to sit down too long either. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
when you got a room where you just only playing 2 songs and this, that, and the other, it's a little challenge. You know what I mean? We came to party.
It would be.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know, so we came to party. We ain't come to sit. And
Right.
we'll sit when we tired, or we sit when our feet hurt, or sit where we don't like a song, we'll sit then.
Right.
But other than that, we ain't trying to sit. We trying to hit the flow.
Yeah.
And I know they like to say that steppers are a little bougie in a sense, and they take their time, while the line dancers, they really aggressive. They run straight to the front. You know, they'll run over anybody with food in their hand, drinks, and all that other stuff. And so it's just a different vibe, and it's a little challenge, but it's always good to hear, like I've heard of Vegas Jam. It's always good to hear the success that people had in collaborating and bringing everyone together. Because I talked to a gentleman, I think his name was Sir Charles.
Okay.
And I was talking to him because he was stepping, but he also did a line dance called Liquor Store. I think that's his name. Did a liquor store.
That's
South Carolina.
Charles Hayes.
In Detroit.
Oh, okay. That's a different one.
Yeah, it was in Detroit. And then he was so I asked him, I said, yo, how you gonna do stepping and line dancing and everything? You don't only see them two together like that. He said, what are you talking about? He said, they're both together. They're both the same. They're one and the same. There's no separation between the two. This is what they do. You know what I mean? You can't have parties without stepping and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And he said, so that helped me. I guess that lets me know that it's a regional thing. Like depending on where you're from or where it's at, that really kind of determines where you will see most. Just like you don't see most men in the South, you see most men up north and all that when it comes to dancing as a whole. So that's how I kind of see it and appreciate it at the same time. But I ain't trying to throw no stepping in line dance party at the same time. Hey,
okay. I've done it. I did it for years. It worked for me.
You feel that's a challenge if you did that, huh?
Ain't never lied.
Yes.
So Linda, let me ask you. So because I've been to Cali, but I've been over to LA and everything, and I connect. Do you ever connect with the people like for instance, we in Florida, so we try to connect with all our people in Florida that's down south, Miami and everything, or even up north with Jacksonville and all that stuff. And do you ever connect with any of the people from LA? Because I got family over there.
Of course. But you have to realize that LA is that's not all of California, because we have Northern California up here. We have the Bay Area up here.
Okay.
So we all know each other. Of course, we go down there and support them, and they come up here and support us as well. We don't separate ourselves as where they says, well, we're gonna know. If they find out somebody else is having something, they go down there. And I've been down to LA at several events.
Oh, that's
and they came up here, and but everybody comes up and they guest star. There'll be guest speakers up here, and they'll come up here. We have quite a bit of them come up here.
Do you think there's a difference between the South and the North of Cali for you, based off the line dancing and the groups and all that stuff?
No. I wouldn't say it was a difference. I'm just saying it's a different area. But most people that from different areas, they look at LA and say, well, that's California, and it's not.
Right.
When we have people up here from Oakland and San Francisco, up here in Northern California. But we know each other. We're there. They know us, and we know them. So we support each other. We really do. They're big on Jackie Bowie. They love her. And James and then
good people. I met her at the UC Star Awards about 5 years ago.
And Ijaya and Sean and Ijaya, and they come up. John and Jay are even been to Stockton. They had events here, and they came and
That's what's up.
and yeah, they a lot of people they came up here,
Well,
and
I
they
tell you,
yeah.
it's really good to hear the unity within the state itself. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
in this community, there's always some type of division. Some people have some ulterior motives and this, that, and the other, and you don't hear too much like that in a lot of the states, which is interesting and surprising, but it just like it sucks at the same time. So just to hear that y'all still stay connected in some way and try to help support one another.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we try to watch our dates on our events too, because
that's what's up.
if we have to be respectful of someone that's having something on a different date, you wouldn't really want to have something on that same date.
Right.
You have to
Right.
be
I
Yeah.
you
agree.
should be very mindful and respectful of that other person that's giving something, and just change your date and do another date so you don't collide. We always want to support each other. We always want to do the best we can, because after all, we are family. We're Line Dance
Facts.
Family
Yeah.
LDF.
Yes.
Facts. I
What do
agree.
you see? What do you say, or what do you feel is actually the difference in someone who goes to, for the first time, a new dancer goes to a line dance class, and a new dancer also goes to a stepping class? What do you feel would be the difference that they would experience?
Well, I think that if it all depends on the person, because stepping you have to have a partner,
Right.
and also in line you can dance by yourself.
Hmm.
So it would all it'll all be what they wanted to be. Either they want to do a couple dance thing, or they want to do line. And
Hmm.
for someone new, I
Hmm.
maybe suggest that they just line dance first and then go into stepping.
Mm,
Get the
Okay.
feel of it. Get the feel of it, because a lot of the steps and
definitely.
stepping is similar to line. So I
Okay.
think it would be easier if you learned on your own some of that stuff, and then when you got to the stepping class, it would be a little bit easier for you because you would be familiar with the terms.
Why
And
the
I was
steppers
gonna
say we got too many lines? They say we got too many steps in our dances. Why they say that then?
Why would who say?
The steppers be like, man, y'all got too many steps in those dances, man. I don't know them. I can't do them dances y'all be doing.
and the way they be dancing, I know they're not talking. I know they're not talking.
Like,
Yeah,
really?
if they
Yes.
get too many steps, they should know, honey. So some of them people do some easy peasy with 2 or 3 steps. So,
Facts. Facts.
Well, I
so we'll
I
just do some easy peasy.
I was
Right.
gonna say I stepped with Marquise and I kept messing up. He just walked away, just pushed me off the floor. No, I'm just kidding.
I
I,
notice your story keep changing every time you tell
I
it,
love
Queen.
I love line dancing. That's just my passion. I learned to step a little bit, but once you turn me like 5 times, I'm done. I'm,
Mhm, mhm,
I can't
mhm.
do all those turns and they flip you this way and flip you that way. Then they want to bring your hands back here like this behind you. Oh, child,
See,
please.
hey, Linda, see, the problem is Queen don't like to listen. She don't like to be led. You
Nope.
know what I mean? She like to
Oh
lead.
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and they would lead, and you have to be led if you're if, and I have the same problem. I don't like to be led either. So,
I can see it now. Linda got up, she flexing. Linda over here flexing. You just trying to
Uh-huh.
take her to the other side.
See,
She
I
she
know.
resisting
See,
that way.
I
yeah.
don't like I don't really like having somebody to lead me, and then I don't like to be looking like when you're stepping, you have to depend on your partner. If your
Right,
partner can't go, then you can't go. But if
right.
you can line dance, you can dance. You're responsible for yourself, and you just go and just dance by
Yeah.
yourself, and don't worry about it, and do your own little thing on the floor, and don't
Yes.
worry about it.
And look,
So
if
I
you
guess
mess up, you make it seem like that was what you planned to do. That was, your
Well, you know
individualization.
what? You're right about that, because see, when I was taking modern, and I used to do performances before I did this line dance thing, my teacher would tell us. She said, "Don't worry about it if you mess up. These people don't know if you mess up or not. They have no idea. They don't know you're doing something that they can't do. So
right.
if you mess up, they won't know." and they'll think that it's just part of something that you're doing, because
Yeah.
we all add a little something of our own when we're doing our little dances. We add a little something of our own. So we
Right.
messing up, and somebody might think we're just adding a little something of our own. They won't know the difference.
So I'm reading the comments in Facebook, and you're not alone. You or Queen, y'all not alone. You got a couple people here that also have challenge when it comes to leading. Out of curiosity, now I can understand personal relationship outside of dancing, but when it comes to dancing, why is that a challenge? For what would be your reason of thinking that it's a challenge for females to be led when you're dancing? You know what I mean? Like to let your guards down and just let it flow and let the gentleman lead you.
It's hard for me to follow.
I
I was gonna keep it real. It's just hard for me to follow.
And I
Yeah,
was gonna say, Marquise, in stepping, you can't necessarily be yourself. You got to do what the
No.
guy commands you with his hands to do, because the command's
Right.
in the hand. So, but
right.
when I'm line dancing, if I feel like spinning right here, I can spin. If I feel like stepping, stepping back or doing my little thing, I can do it. But in
Right.
stepping, I have to do what the guy wants me to do, and that's it. That's
Yeah,
just
It's
it.
funny. It's
That's
funny how you
amazing.
say it. It's funny how you say it because the guy's mindset, his whole focus is to make sure his supposed to be his focus is to make you look amazing.
Okay.
That's his whole focus. His
Mhm.
position is to how do I allow her to shine? That's
Okay.
it. He ain't like, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna tell her what I want her to do in a
Mhm.
sense. And it may look like that, but that's why you see with the men's steps in most cases, not all cases, depending on where you're from, you don't see them doing too many moves. And the women's doing everything as far as the moves and the steps and everything else, because his
Okay.
whole focus is to direct her so she can do exactly what she needs to do.
But I
And
was
he
gonna
gets out of
say,
the way.
if they see that you don't know how to dance, they ain't gonna ask you to dance either.
No, they ain't gonna do
Exactly.
that. They ain't gonna do
Exactly.
that.
They ain't gonna ask you.
They ain't gonna do
Mhm.
that. Nah, but hold on.
Exactly. They
Now,
going
men are, check this out. Men are more willing to probably dance with you than women are willing to dance with the man who don't know how to dance.
And
We
that
more
might be
forgiving.
true. Okay. That
We
might
more
be true.
forgiving because y'all women in stepping are extremely aggressive. I tell you that off jump. They are aggressive. They
Uh-huh.
like, come on, let's dance. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you about the only dude in there probably. But anyway, but I think what gentleman says is he was like, it's weird. Forgive me the analogy that he gave me. He gave me this, but he's like, you're basically a pole for her to do her own thing. You know what I mean? She's gonna do all the moves. You just kind of support her in her shining. That's all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even about us just commanding and demanding and telling you what to do. It's just basically us being also submissive unto you. Nikki says I'm not submissive, so you ain't telling me.
That's my girl. Hey, Nikki, that's my girl. You already know. You already know. But it's
Yeah.
not, for me, it's not necessarily that I'm not submissive, but I'm a dancer where I just like to let it all out. I mean, I feel my dancing when I dance.
Right.
So if I'm dancing with this guy and he's controlling me, or he got to turn me when he want to turn me, I can't turn when I want to turn unless he lets me
Right.
go. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And I'm
right,
back here just
right.
doing my thing. Then I could do, but then he gonna get my hand again, and I'm back in here, back in control.
You
That's the
sound like you
problem that
dancing
I.
with the wrong person, Queen. That's
I
what it
know.
sounds like.
I know.
You
I
dancing with the wrong
just want to do
person.
my own thing.
Right,
That's
right.
just me. I'm just being
That
honest.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And
Definitely.
then with stepping, you if you've got a partner that you with all the time, which would be your significant other, that's the only person I could think of that you will have time to be, to practice all these dances together with.
That's
And
true.
if you're dancing with all these different people, it's not the same. You're not
Right.
giving off the same vibe. So you would need that,
Right.
and you have to support each other and depend on each other to dance. Whereas if you're lying, you don't depend on anybody but yourself. You don't need
Right.
anybody but yourself. Your partner is sick, he can't make it, then you can't make it either. Or if you sick, and feel like you don't want him to go out there by himself because
Right. Exactly. exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of dangerous.
You know what that
Harriet,
is.
Harriet just tuned in. Harriet Cox Stuckey. She said line dancers can dance to all music. She said, don't forget about the Inland Empire of Southern California, BTW. I don't know what that means.
By the way,
Jackie
by the way.
Bowie. Oh, by the way. Okay, thank you, Marquise. Jackie
We
Bowie
haven't,
started
Harriet.
out in my heart and soul line dance classes. Okay, Jackie Bowie, she said, started out in her heart and soul line dance classes. So it's not, I guess it's not where you start, even it's where you finish, but you have to have a good start. Let me say that
Inland.
because
Where is Inland
everybody can.
Empire? You ever heard of it in Southern California? Inland Empire, Linda.
Linda,
Um,
Inland Empire.
it's at Harriet's class.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have. I thank you, Harriet, for coming because I had talked to her and I told her I was going to be on here.
Okay. Yeah.
And
We're
so
in the
I'm so
same
glad that
organization.
she showed up.
Yes.
Right.
So
Now,
you know Gumby, right, Marquise?
yes.
From Orlando. He teaches
Yeah.
stepping in Orlando. He was actually at the conference I was at this weekend.
Oh, he
And
was.
I got to hug him and say,
Wow.
hey, Gumby, I ain't seen him in a couple of years. But
Wow.
I used to go to Gumby's event and he would have stepping and line dancing.
Yes.
It was fun, but most of the time their DJ is a stepping DJ.
Okay.
So they only play that a lot of that slow, stepping music, I guess you call it.
Right.
And then
Right.
if they play something like let's see, Downtown the producer, what's that one that we do all the time? Flashing. They
Right.
play
Mhm.
flashing. They do something. They dance on flashing. We dance on flashing. Then they mad because they say we take over the floor. So it's just kind of hard,
That's what I had said before. They don't like. They say we take the floor over.
I guess you see what Natasha Cash said.
Yes.
See, they be putting up all these acronyms. They know I don't know that stuff. LOL. That's as far as I go. I know what that means. That's it.
I got
LOL.
you.
Well, y'all,
I
we've
got- so-
we've been having so much fun. Go ahead, Marquise. You had
So
another
Linda,
question?
what's your goal? What's your focus? What's your goal? What your agenda is with everything within the community, like pertaining to line dancing? What's the next step? What's going on? Where we going with everything?
What will I do? What would I do? What I will do next?
Yes, ma'am.
I kind of thought about it. Like I was looking for to put on the event. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on putting on my next event.
Okay.
That's what I would love to do. And pardon me?
I'm assuming you're going to say that because of the pandemic right now, you kind of,
I'm on the fence right now to try to see what's going on with that.
Okay. Because a lot of events happen lately. Like this events happening, but like you said, you in Cali, so I don't know what's going on as far as Cali goes, but I know in quite a few states. Actually, this past weekend they just had an event in Baltimore, Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi, South Carolina.
Was it a limit on the people that can come?
I think even in our event, we had over 300 people at our event, but we in Florida, so
Yeah, y'all did. I had a really nice.
So it's quite a few people have, a lot of people haven't. Actually, I keep it straight with you, Linda. It's pretty much dang near back to normal the way they acting right now. Ain't nobody masking up. They used to ask for vaccination cards or tests, but the parties I've been to hasn't been the conversation. You can wear a mask if you choose for your comfortability, but for the most part, and it's not to say COVID is not out there still. It's still out there. People are still getting sick. But I don't think the effect of it is as strong as it was when it first started. You know what I mean? So people are a little bit more comfortable. And even Queen, she even came, when she just kind of got out of the hospital. So, she can be in a really vulnerable place. But to my understanding, she was pretty comfortable even at the event as well, too. So, yeah, I would just say just examine like what's the rules over in Cali where you at, and if you have,
I want to make someone check and see because I know that it was only so many people can attend at one time, but I don't know. It may open or it might have already opened. But I'm just saying from what I heard, it was limited of how many people could attend the event.
Right.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we just had the UC. We had the UC this year. They had,
January. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they
One
did. And look,
comment.
that's in Baltimore.
Yeah.
You right.
Har-
You right. You right.
Harriet Cox Stuckey, y'all said I started line dancing in Northern California with Julina or
Yeah,
Julene
with Jewel
Lucas.
Lucas.
At
Yeah, that was
Stanford
my
Soul Line
mentor.
Dance. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
that's
said about 20 years ago. There's
yeah,
a
that
lot
was
of
my
people we've met, Marquise, who've been teaching for like 20 plus years.
I think
And
that's
that's
yep, that's
fascinating.
amazing.
that's my mentor. I still go to her classes.
So
I still
what have you noticed as far as change since you started within the community and now? Like what's changed for you from your observation?
was changed for me or with
I mean, like now from your observation of the community, because I see, being that you've been a part of the community and being into the line dancing, from when you started to now, what would you say from your observation has changed? Whether it's good or bad, like what you noticed.
that.
I'm gonna step away.
Well,
Sorry, I'm gonna step away for 1 second. I gotta open the door, okay?
Okay.
what
Go
I
ahead.
noticed has changed. I noticed that like when I first got started, it was like a lot of it was mostly older people, and I noticed now that they're like we getting them a little bit younger now.
Okay.
I
Okay.
noticed that. And
That's
did you
good.
notice that too as well?
Well, I'm one of those younger people that just coming in myself.
Okay, all right then. So you see, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. But what's your feelings in regards to that? Well, how do you take that, seeing those changes happening since you've been in it?
I like it. I love it. And I'd like to see more men.
Yes.
I really would.
Yes.
And it's a teacher in Arizona. His name is Devon Foley.
Okay.
He's out of Phoenix, Arizona, and he has men in his class. And he Tina B had an expression, "No dancer left behind." Well, in his class, ain't no dancer going to be left behind, because if you don't get the dance, he don't go to the next one. He stays on that dance until you get it. He wants to make sure, because he doesn't want to run his men away. And some of the men feel like a little different if these women are getting the dances before them, and he doesn't want to lose them. So he says, well, okay, we're going to get this dance. We're not going to get off this dance until everyone gets it.
And that's good. That's what an instructor is supposed to do. So instructor is supposed to teach. If your people leave class and they don't know the main dance you taught, or they don't know a dance at all, have you done your job? Have you
Yeah,
done
that's
your
what I'm
job?
saying. And then
But
you
y'all,
go
we
to
can
class.
talk forever. We have like 12 minutes left, and we've got to move on in our podcast.
What?
We've just been having so much fun. So
It
first,
went
we
so
want to
fast.
start with shout outs. Let's start with shout outs. Do you have
Okay.
anybody, Linda, you want to give a shout out to?
Yes, I want to shout out to Ziola Gay for happy birthday, and Cheryl Williams, and Pebbles White, and Darlene Massanou, and let me see who else I want to shout out to.
Harriet.
That's my girl.
Oh yeah, Harriet for sure, because she came. And Jackie Bowie.
I've been trying to get in touch with her.
If I left anybody else out, I'm sorry, but yes, I just shout out to all you fabulous people that showed up, and for all of my line dance family.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I want to
And
shout
to
out
you,
to our co-host.
and to you.
Thank you, and
And
as well as
Marquise.
you.
Uh-huh.
I want to shout out to our co-host, Zandra, who wasn't able to come on today. She had another event, I think, and we've all been doing a lot of traveling since the pandemic. I want to say thank you to my co-host, Marquise, as well. Marquise, I just love having you on. You always ask them hard questions that keep us thinking. Not really, but you ask great questions. And Linda, I want to thank you. I'm thankful for you coming on and being our guest today, and all of those viewers who tuned in via Facebook, YouTube, or however you tuned in. I want to give a shout out to you. So, Marquise, you have shout outs?
Yes.
Oh, wait, but I forgot the main person. I want to shout out to my lovely husband, King Joseph. How can I forget my boo?
I don't know how you can be.
I don't know how I forgot my boo.
I was going to shout out to him too.
Okay.
You sure almost forgot him. That's all I know.
And all the viewers are phony.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the viewers coming on. I know some people had some challenges connecting, but I do appreciate y'all making the time and taking the time to actually come through and show love and support and all that other
Yes.
stuff as well. Shout out to you as well as Linda. It's great that you can get the opportunity to speak with you. We do appreciate your time that you made for us as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Always queen, always for the platform. It's always necessary. So we want to have the opportunity to speak to young ladies like Linda and a few other people as well too. So I thank you for creating this platform. And then shout out to my wife as well. I'm gonna go to shout out to my sister.
Shout out to Drea. Hey, Drea.
Boy, I tell you, I'm cutting in time to doing this, y'all. I'm cutting in a lot of time doing this. So allow me to be here for y'all right now. She give me the
And Ray
idea.
Johnson say, Linda, you left me out. Linda.
Linda, you left Ray Johnson.
Ray Johnson said you left him out.
Oh, who?
Ray
Ray
Johnson.
Oh, Ray Johnson, of course, Ray. I was going to mention you. Actually, I was going to mention him earlier. He has a class in Oakland, and I met Tish Warmack. Actually, he had her as a guest, and that was in the first Cali Jam. And then I got a chance to meet her. Yeah, and he always attends the Cali Jam. He's an awesome instructor, of course. So you want to shout out to him. He was there. He was there at my event. He was also a teacher at my event as well.
Okay. So we want to say thank you. We want to say happy birthday to everyone celebrating a birthday in the month of June.
Yeah.
We're in June now. Happy birthday to you all, wherever you may be. And we pray that you have a wonderful birthday. And if you celebrate all month, that's okay too, because we'll be shouting it out all month. Okay. So now we're going to move to our trivia break. So at our trivia break, we ask questions according to something that you said, Linda, or that we said together, and they have a chance to win some money. So Marquise, are you going to monitor the Facebook side?
Yes.
Okay. So Linda, would you like to ask the first question about something you said to us today that our audience should have written down or should remember so they can win some money? And I'm going to put the number on the screen. If you win some money, you need to text me to this number, your Cash App, and I will send you your money. So the first question, $5. Linda, you have a question.
Who was my first line dance instructor?
Good one. Who was your first line dance instructor? Okay. Marquise, you have one? Why are they thinking about that?
Yes. My question would be
Tuku Johnson. That was your first line dance instructor?
Oh, no, she was talking to Ray Johnson.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay.
What was I might have said this incorrectly. She went to culinary. She did culinary. She took a course in culinary. What was the name of that school she used to get through culinary?
Good one. Good question. Y'all out there? I was getting ready to say, Melvin said Cheryl Williams.
Yeah, it was Cheryl Williams.
It was Cheryl Williams. Okay, go Melvin.
That recorder be working. That recorder be working, Melvin. I see.
Mikey's so crazy. Okay, why they thinking of the other one? My question.
The only thing is, I don't know who said it first because Melvin said it and Carla Gray, London.
Carla did too. Okay, well I'll give both of them.
I don't know which one did it first.
Yeah. I'll give both of them $5. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my question.
I think Melvin stole it from Carla though. In my
opinion. You think so? In what city was Linda's first event? What city and state?
Okay. And then also, Linda, Alexa Swirl said you went to Dalton School.
Pardon me?
For your culinary? She said Dalton. Dalton.
No.
One Dalton? Okay.
All right, cool.
Melvin said, really, Marquise? Laugh out loud.
Hey, I'm just trying to be honest here, Melvin.
Yeah. So where was the first event? We waiting on those two, right? Where was the first event? And Marquise, what question you asked?
Where did she go to school for culinary?
Okay, and that's what you asked. Okay, so it wasn't Dalton. So we're still waiting for those 2 answers. While we're waiting for those 2 answers, and let's see what we can do. Let's do the dance of the week and month.
Okay.
Okay, so Linda, you have to give us the dance of the week, a dance that you like.
I like Meet Me in Peru by
Oh,
DJ
Carlos.
Pleasure.
Oh, DJ Pleasure did that one.
Yep. And then you know, I like him. He did games. Playing games was one of the first ones that I liked where he did, and I love this one here, Meet Me in Peru.
Meet Me in Peru.
Okay.
Okay, I look at that. Marquise, what's the dance of the month?
All right, the dance of the month is A Higher Love. A Higher Love by CK Cali Quake.
Okay, Higher Love. How many parts, Marquise? I'm gonna try
Oh,
one
it's
of these
only,
days.
it's only 3 parts.
Look that up.
It's only 3?
Only
Okay.
3. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
We went to Minnesota, and the guy was teaching. It was the gentleman. He was really good. He was teaching, and he said, "Okay, this is part 4, and we only got 2 tags." I was like, "I quit. Let me go sit down." This is supposed to be easy when you do a workshop. Not easy, but it's supposed to be a dance that people could remember and catch on. 4 parts and 2 tags, please. No, that didn't work for me. That didn't work for me. I was like,
He didn't know his audience. He didn't know his audience. That's what it was.
Exactly. All of us like 65 and over, you know. So like,
Melvin said Delta College, Linda.
That's it.
that's it. Okay, Melvin.
All right, you get another 1. You get another 1. You don't get 2. You get 1 because you cheated on it.
Okay, so we have the dance of the week is Meet Me in Peru. The dance of the month is A Higher Love. Everybody have that? So make sure, excuse me, that you go and look at Meet Me in Peru and A Higher Love. Okay?
Get the work.
And
work
Mark can say, when you do the dances, record them and tag them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Record, tag, so we can show love to you if anything else. Linda, you got to get on it. Linda, you gonna get on it?
Of course.
All right, you go, girl. Go, girl. I'm gonna look at it. Okay. I'm gonna look at it.
Oh man.
Okay. So, if you need to know anything about line dancing, there's a site that was created by Nicole Points called urbanlinedanceconnection.com. If you're looking for a line dance class in a city that you may be visiting, if you're looking for a particular dance and who made it, who choreographed it, anything like that, or classes, go to this site, the urbanlinedanceconnection.com. It's a great site for information. And then one of my favorite.
Hold on real quick, Queen. I'm gonna go ahead and say this too. All right, so go to that site, urbanlinedanceconnection.com. It gives you just basically what she just said. Give you the dance, give you the creator, even provide you with the information on the music. All right, that's one thing. The next thing you can do is please go to the search engine, Universe Soul Line Dance. It's more than or just on Facebook and just type in the music or type in something, and it'll pull up the dance as well and all the information that way too. I guess the community don't use the search engine like they use Google. You should use the search engine in Facebook, because most of the questions you ask, somebody already asked. Like, what's a beginner dance or whatever like that.
I'm gonna put it on the screen. Marquise, is the Universe Soul Line Dance.com or just Universe Soul?
No. It's on Facebook. Just go Universe Soul Line Dance group page.
Okay.
All you gotta do is type in the search engine on that. It says search this group. I promise you this. Any question you got, somebody probably asked that. Like, what's a beginner dance? If I see that question one more time. Who class is in this such and such area? Whose class there? Because you own, just like on Universal Line Dancing, on the Urban Line Dance Connection page, you can find out what classes are in the area where you're at. You can do the same thing on Universal Line Dance page when you put in the search engine. Just type in what line dance class is in such and such state or whatever.
Okay.
And somebody got a communication going on there. So
sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate that, Marquise.
Yeah.
Appreciate that info. So we have 2 places we can search beside Google. I call my husband Mr. Google. He be like, babe, go to Google. I don't know.
Right.
He tells me all the time. Okay, so the next thing I have is Diamond Green motto is the 4 L's of line dancing. And I just love this. I don't know why. When I first heard it, I just fell in love. She said, look at me and watch what I do. So that's the first L. Then she said, learn it, learn the dance. Then she said, love it, like really love the dance. Then she said, live it. And I was like, live it? How do you live it? She was like, when you make it your own. You know, you learn it, and like you said, everybody else might be going straight, but you might be making a turn. So love it, learn it. I mean, look at it, learn it, love it, and live it. Make it your own. I thought that I love that quote. I just love it.
Right.
Did I miss anything, Marquise?
Did somebody answer your question?
Nope.
You see, you be asking hard questions too.
Oh, wait a minute. Whatever. Carrie said, go to the ICLDI Zoom.
She said she got to go to the meet. She got to go to a meeting.
Okay, and I have to go too to that same meeting. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. Let's see. Like, share, subscribe to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. Please tell your friends. Listen, we're trying to build our community with this podcast. So the more people you tell about it, the more that log in, the bigger we are. And not just we just want to be big, but we want to be informative. We want to talk to people around the world. You know, like Carla. Carla's from London, and she tunes in every week in London. I mean, Carla, we really appreciate you because that made us go international, and I'm so excited. So,
don't forget to let us know if you have any events coming up.
Oh yeah, announcements. Do you have any events coming? Oh, I do. I have a cruise coming up in October. We're leaving out of Miami. We're going to Jamaica, and we're going to the Grand Cayman Islands, October 17th through the 22nd. It's going to be a 5-day or 6-day, 5-night cruise, and it's the cheapest price in town. The cruise is only $348 for an inside cabin. And let's see, did I miss anything? And if you're in this area, in the Tampa Bay area, we have a bus. Well, it's not a bus. They call it a motor coach now, but you know, the big thing. We have that, and it's going to take us from Tampa to Miami to the ship and pick us back up when we return. So we're going to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, Grand Cayman Islands, fun day at sea, another fun day at sea, and we're just going to dance. We call it dancing on water. So this year we'll be dancing on water like Peter did. So y'all can come on and dance on water with us. We're going to have a good time. Any other announcements? You have any more?
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to be in Portland, Oregon. Shout out to Sisters for Life. They got an event that weekend as well. If you haven't gotten your tickets, do so. It's from June 24th to the 26th. It's right around the corner. So if you're in the area, pull up. You know what I mean? We're about to get down over there as well. Also, there's a community event. I'm going to put y'all some information out, as well as our next monthly party going to be out. So we're going to let y'all know about that. So make sure you stay tuned, stay connected on that. And also, last thing, we're going to be in Kansas, Labor Day weekend. Kansas City. Apologies.
Okay.
I'm going to have my head, man. So Kansas City, Missouri. We're going to be there. It's basically kind of like what you said Vegas Jam was, but we're going to be in the line dance area. We're going to be getting it in. So definitely get your tickets to come out there, support fam. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Our DJ Lady D, she's going to be on the ones and twos. So if you experienced already at Lit, you already know how she gets down. So it's going to be really nice.
Great
so
time.
definitely come out, enjoy yourselves. Definitely we're going to have so much fun. And get your tickets ASAP.
Okay, Ray Johnson asked, when is my show? Are you talking about my podcast?
Yeah.
Ray, you're on it.
Yeah.
This is it right here. Every Sunday at 7. Well, Eastern time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know if you're on the East Coast or not. The Eastern time.
He's over here in Oakland.
Okay, so then it would be 4 o'clock for you, right?
Yeah, 4 o'clock for him. Yeah.
Yeah, we would come on at 4 o'clock your time. And it's every Sunday. Well, mostly every Sunday. We take off 1 or 2 Sundays a year, but mostly every Sunday at 7 o'clock, but 4 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. And we just have a good time. We just talk until we get tired, and then we run out of time. But Linda, you said you didn't have any announcements, correct?
No, not at this time.
Okay. So we want to
Also,
thank all of
two more events real quick. next week, TCH have an event as well too. Tri
Okay.
City Hustlers. So Stefan, they got an event over in is that North Carolina? North Carolina. So they
Okay.
have a the event as well as STL. They're gonna have their event the second weekend of July,
Second
which
week.
is
Okay.
yep. So yeah, those events
So
announcements.
it's a lot going on. As you see, things are
See,
opening up.
Linda. See, Linda, you're not going to get your event. Everybody have an event, Linda, but you.
I know, huh?
I stopped
Maybe
playing it.
you know what? I got to work on it. Maybe for next year.
All
Okay,
right, now.
yeah. That's what,
Mhm.
I'm glad you said that. Next year will be my 10th anniversary. And I hope and pray that several of you will put me on your calendar. It's going to be October, usually the first weekend in October 2023. So come on out. We're going to dance. We're going to dance and we're going to dance some more. And for my 10th anniversary, we usually dress up on Saturday night. But I think for my 10th, we're just going to let it all hang out. You know, let your wig get wet, whatever it is. Let your feet hurt.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Feet hurt, you know, put your slippers on or dance in your socks, whatever make you happy. So we're gonna have a good time. And Marquise, yours gonna be the same time next year?
Not next year. We're doing 24. We do it every 2 years.
Okay, you're doing 24. Okay, so Marquise next lit is gonna be 2024.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a good time. I hate to run, but I'm supposed to be in that other meeting too. Love you, Miss Linda. Thank you so much for being our guest today. You have been wonderful, and we're so glad to have you. Thank you, Marquise, for being the best co-host across the Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. And Zandra, we miss you. And all of those that tuned in, Miss Melva, Ray, don't forget, y'all, those are winners. Send me your Cash App so I can send you your money. Okay?
Hey,
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for tuning in today. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you next Sunday, the same time, the same station. And we always close the
Bye.
show with love is no good unless you give it away. So here's some of mine, Linda. I'm throwing it to you. And Marquise, don't be hiding. Every time I close, don't be hiding. Love y'all.
Bye. We share this in the night too. I share all of with my viewers and my life.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you to all those that tuned in via Facebook, YouTube, and thank you, Ray. Ray said he loves our podcast. Thank you so much, everyone. Love you. Have a blessed one. Adrian Feet in Motion. I don't want to start calling names. I'll forget somebody. Melva and Harriet. Everyone. Thank you so much. See you next week. I'm gonna close with our jingle. Good night.
Okay.
It's about that time. Line dance. Woo. Oh yeah. It's about that time. Line dance.
See y'all later next week. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Y'all ready? Listen. Line dance. My left, right, keep it clean. We're talking soul line dance with the queen. Play trivia, win some money. And ooh, Marquise, he's funny. You don't have to wonder about Sandra, cause she will make it do what it do. We ready, so ready. Now we're just waiting on you to talk.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Good night, everybody.